So, let's begin, folks. That's how I begin things. Now that's how I speak. All right. So, evictions have led to hundreds of thousands of additional cases for the pandemic that we are currently wrapped within, and it appears that my highlighter tool is not working. Because I highlighted more than just the last little bit here, so it appears my highlighter tool on my browser extension decided, fuck this show. I don't give a fuck. So, but let me just read this real quick. So, expiring state eviction bans have led to hundreds of thousands of additional cases for the pandemic that we are in. New research finds raising alarms about what will happen when the national eviction moratorium lapses next month. During the pandemic, which at one point was estimated it would displace as many as 40 million people, 43 states plus Washington, D.C. temporarily barred evictions. Many of the moratoriums lasted just 10 weeks, while some states continue to ban the proceedings. Now, one thing that needs to be explained here is that these moratoriums are not like concrete. These are not like foolproof, no one can be evicted scenarios. There's so many loopholes. Landlords, there's like a subreddit for landlords, and if you look at that subreddit, there's a bunch of these fuckers like, how do I evict my tenants during the eviction moratorium? How do I do it? Where's the loophole? And like, the other landlords are like, oh, well, just go, do a drop-by apartment inspection, and then like, accidentally ruin the floor with, something, and then blame it on them, and then they're devising all these strategies to still evict people or kick people out. I'm not evicting you. No, 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 no. It's just you're a bad tenant. You're hurting my property value. No, this isn't eviction. No, it's just you violated the lease that you signed. Like, that's what these people are trying to go through. So I just want that to be understood. So when people are evicted, this is a quotation, by the way, when people are evicted, they often move in with friends and family, and that increases your number of contacts, said Catherine Lefheit, one of the authors of the research and a postdoctoral fellow at the UCLA Fielding School of Public Health. If people have to enter a homeless shelter, these are indoor places that can be quite crowded. So the whole thing here is the idea that evictions they are unnecessary. First of all, they're completely, like, it's not a law of physics. There's no, weather patterns, oh, sorry, I can't, play God here. The clouds are in the sky and they're going to rain, right? That's not one of those situations, okay? It is objectively more expensive to evict people. Objectively, there is no argumentation for cost-saving mechanisms when it comes to evictions, especially in a pandemic. So it costs more money, more taxpayer dollars to evict people, right? And we're in a pandemic, so these people are going to be evicted, and they're going to carry a virus and spread that virus more and more, which is why we're seeing such an exponential increase in cases of this pandemic related to eviction centers, And again, there is no moral reason to justify this. There is no capitalist economical reason to justify this. This is shooting yourself in the fucking nose to spite your face or some shit like that. It's ridiculous and it's silly. To best understand the direct impact that evictions continuing in a state has on the spread of the pandemic, the researchers controlled for stay-at-home orders, mask orders, school closures, testing rates, and other factors. The study period was from March to early September before the most recent spike. So this is another map here, which I believe is from July. Now, July was when we had, we just had a stimulus like 3 months ago, right? So we're still off the backs here. But this is in July. Approximately 40 to 50% of nationwide renters cannot pay their rent. This is in July, right? There has been no second stimulus. People are running out of money. People are cold, alone, and desperate, right? People are turning to drug abuse. People are turning to alcoholism. People are killing themselves in this pandemic, right? And this is something that all could have been prevented, except we had a bunch of racist losers in the White House controlling the flow of resources. If the CDC's eviction ban isn't extended until 2021, experts say many new cases are likely to emerge from people being forced out of their houses and apartments. This is a time where it's not an overstatement to say that for many people, eviction can lead to death, said Helen Matthews, communications manager at a City Life Vita Urbana, a nonprofit in Boston. And again, I'm going to be talking about this quite a bit. There has been no stimulus. The Republican Party, the Democrat Party, both sides of the same coin, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your small business. They don't care about your restaurant. They don't care about your mom and pop store. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your safety. They don't even care about their own safety. They're willing to risk their own death just to ensure that you die in the most miserable way imaginable. Imagine, right, you're sitting on your couch watching your loved one in a hospital via FaceTime or whatever bullshit on your cell phone. You watch them die because you can't be there, because you can't get there, right? That's the situation we're living in. And these people, the people in the United States of America, will not forget. I think, at least, they will not forget the mismanagement and the mistreatment that this government, both parties, all chambers that have this government has thrown and thrust in their direction. It is evil, it is immoral, and it is disgusting. And we need just more stimulus. We just need it. And that needs to be in the form of direct cash payments. Joe Biden is talking about, oh, we're going to cut student debt a little bit. That's good. All right, don't get me wrong, that's good. But that's not going to be what we need in this country right now. Maybe, right? Maybe if that were to happen in May, right? Or June of 2020, maybe that would have been pretty decent. That would have, that would have been a good idea. But we're way past that point now. Cutting out $10,000 for student loans to people that have that's not going to bring back small businesses. That's not going to bring back these local restaurants that have been in these communities for 40 years that are gone now. They're never coming back. And a student loan debt kind of relief, that's not going to bring them back. I'm sorry, it's not. We need major stimulus, $2,000 a month, cash payments, retroactive to March. That's what we need. Give everyone in this country the money that they deserve to get out of the holes that you being the government, have dug for them. That's my opinion on this situation. But again, evictions are there's no such thing as a good cop when it comes to evictions. If you evict a family, you are a disgusting, amoral piece of human slime. And if you rotted in a jail cell for the rest of your life for the crimes you've committed against humanity, I would not think any differently about it, and I would not even glance in your direction, because I don't consider cops in this situation human at all. So that's what I think.